He has been called this, so we're sticking to this. We now welcome to the program America's college football insider, Brett McMurphy from Amelia Island, Florida, where he's been at the ACC spring meetings.
Hostile meetings.
Yeah, apparently pretty interesting. Brett, thanks for joining the program. How you doing?
Good. Good to talk with you guys again. This might be a first that I'm on with you guys that you're not going to harass me about is BYU getting into a conference or not. So I guess we can move on to the second subject.
We are happily engaged, to the Big 12. We look forward to July 1st, which is awesome. Okay, you put out a couple pieces of information that directly or indirectly affect BYU. So let's start with the Independence Bowl. That's going to become a Big 12 bowl. BYU already had a tie there. Do you think that's just a coincidence, or was the league, you think, like, hey, this is already a thing, let's just make it happen in 23, and then we'll add 25 as well?
You know, that's one of my big regrets. I should have put BYU somewhere else because they're not locked in to Independence. It just turned out that way on my bowl projections. So basically, you guys are free to go wherever you want within the Big 12 bowl lineup. But I actually had, with the, obviously the Big 12 champ, if they don't get into the playoff, they will go to a New Year's Six game. That is guaranteed. So that's one team that will get pulled up at least. Again, if you have multiple teams in the top 12, then you can get another at-large spot. So after those spots, then after that, the Big 12 is guaranteed 7 more bowl spots. And I think I had 10 potential Big 12 bowl partners, bowl eligible teams. And so, BYU could end up in a Big 12 bowl, or they could get, scattered somewhere else.
It's interesting that that you started with your opening thoughts of being dogged by BYU for not being in a conference, and then they get into a conference, and then you come out and you, as you mentioned, put them back in the Independence Bowl, which has your readers, and a lot of them are BYU fans, going, come on, Brett, what's going on with this? But now you're saying they could go anywhere.
Absolutely. And the good news is, it's only May, and I'll have approximately 14 more bowl projections. Don't worry about the first 13 because, that's a coin flip. But I've fortunate, lucky, both, whatever it is. But the last one that comes out Sunday, before the New Year's Six games are announced, I'm hitting about 90%. So hopefully I can continue that. So that last Sunday, I'd be concerned if you're in the Independence Bowl at that time. But if you happen to be in the Independence Bowl in August, September, October, November projections, I wouldn't lose much sleep over it. That's
good to know. So the next 13 polls will just kind of
we'll just
take a casual look.
He's the Joe Lunardi of bolitology. Brett McMurphy is on BYU Sports Nation. Is there a sense that the payout of that bowl will become more Power 5-like since it's a Pac-12, Big 12 game this year and in 25?
Actually, no. I don't know the specific payout, but I'm 99% sure it's going to stay the same. It just now has the, ability to draw from from the Big 12. And as you guys know, I guess the Independence Bowl, officially announced it yesterday that they will be Big 12 aligned this year. And then in 25, and then in 24, they are not affiliated with the Big 12. So then the Big 12 would actually lose a bowl guarantee. So, these contracts are already in place. Maybe the Big 12 can redo it to get more money out of it. If that happens, then I think you would see some sort of announcement where the Big 12 gets the Independence Bowl for the next 3 years. But right now they only get 2 of the final 3.
Brett, you reported that the Big Ten is considering dropping their Power 5 non-conference requirement, soften up the schedule a little bit so they can get more teams maybe in that expanded playoff at the end of the year. Do you think that's going to happen, and what ripple effect will that have with the other P5s, and could it eventually get in the way of BYU-Utah out here as a non-conference game?
Well, not until Utah joins the Big Ten, so I think you're safe for a while.
But you know what I mean? If one league does it, it seems like the others follow suit, and then that would have it.
So here's one big difference. So the Big Ten has 9 conference games. That's not going to change. And they kind of have this rule, and it's funny. You talk to anybody within the Big Ten, and it's called a quote-unquote requirement, yet every school doesn't abide by that requirement. They get, exemptions to include other teams to count as their P5 requirement, including BYU, before you guys got into the Big 12. The ACC right now, they're sitting at 8 conference games. The SEC in 2 weeks will make a decision whether to stay at 8 conference games or go to 9 conference games in 2024 when OU and Texas come aboard. So if those guys stay at 8, I think you'll continue to see the ACC and the SEC they do have the requirement to play one P5 non-conference. If they do go up to 9 at some point, they may get rid of that, because basically when you're at an 8-game schedule and you have the one non-conference P5, then you're basically guaranteeing 9 Power 5 opponents. So if you go to 9 conference games, you're at that 9 number already. And a lot of people don't like making that 10, again, because in theory, and that's one reason why they're kind of going back and forth on whether at a 9th conference game, that means half of the teams in the league you're giving another win, but the other half of the conference is getting another loss, and now you get into worrying about teams can get bowl eligible and those sort of things. So, I mean, look, I think I've joked with you guys before. I mean, BYU's the heavy lifting's over. I don't know how Tom Holmoe did it, scheduling 12 teams as an independent, but I saw him in Arizona last week at the Big 12 and Pac-12 meetings in Scottsdale, and I joked with him. I said, what does he have, like 363 days a year off now? Because schedule's done. Schedule's 3 games a year. Just sit by the pool, hang out, go check out the mountains. But no, BYU is going to be fine, and obviously being in the Power 5, being in a conference that there's a lot of uncertainty going on here with the ACC. We're still waiting to see what happens with the Pac-12. BYU could have some new members in the Big 12 in a year or so. We'll have to see what happens. BYU's in a great position going forward.
Well, Tom's enjoying Istanbul, Turkey the next couple of days with the women's volleyball team, so he's at least getting that kind of break.
He's getting out of town.
Brett, but let's talk about the topic du jour the last week or two, which you've been at spring meetings for several conferences. You mentioned you were in Arizona. The Pac-12 and Big 12 met in the same place, like across the hall almost, essentially, it sounds like. What's the vibe you got from those conversations as those two continue to kind of gauge in each other passive-aggressively?
It's basically, at this point, it's everyone's waiting for the Pac-12. What kind of deal are they going to get, or are any of the schools going to leave the league before they get the media rights? You guys have probably seen all the interviews with various athletic directors and presidents within the Pac-12. And they're all, we're all committed. We're, confident we're going to have a new deal, et cetera, which is great. But what do you expect them to say? They're not going to say, hey, you know what? We don't like this. We're going to leave in 2 months from now. Everyone's committed till they're not committed. So I think that's why it's imperative that the Pac-12 gets this deal done as soon as possible, because not only is there I think a real threat that some Pac-12 schools could come to the Big 12 if it continues to drag on and on, but then you've got the other factor with Oregon and Washington, and possibly, the Big Ten can ever get enough money that they may seek those guys out too. And then the Pac-12 is really in a tough spot if that all happens.
Brett McMurphy with us on BYU Sports Nation. Brett, if you were the commissioner of the Pac-12, is there any way you would trust Oregon and Washington in anything that they say moving forward now that they've been quite clear that they want to go to the Big Ten?